was on Facebook. At the beginning of all the COVID and everything, a guy found out that he's sick with COVID, so he went to the supermarket and he started licking all the handles of the trolleys.
Oh.
Can you imagine licking
No.
the...
It just looks disgusting.
You don't know who touched that handle. Even if you have COVID, you can get any other
Disease that
poo is on the handle because nobody cleans those. Ever. Maybe he was cleaning.
Yeah. Trying to help people. Hello.
Cheers, guys.
Yep.
You know, the smoky tea. Okay, so we were sitting here and talking about the funny stories and everything, and then I mentioned Karen, the entitled people and all that, and guess what? She doesn't know what I'm talking about. Can you imagine? Somebody is living in the 21st century and doesn't know what entitled people are? And our beloved Karens.
Really? So they all name Karens?
No. It's just a stereotype. The people that always want, I want to speak to your manager.
Yeah, and the biggest question of who made them that stereotype.
I think they themselves did.
Really?
Well, when you live on Reddit for too long, you find some interesting stuff. So there is a subreddit about the entitled people.
I just wonder if your name will be Karen, would you be happy with that?
I don't know, we should ask all the Karens. I don't know when it started, but it's stuck. It's Karen
stuck.
with the
With
Karen
a
hairdo.
Karen,
You know, guys, the Karen hairdo, the entitlement, and like I want to speak to your manager. You know, with the little dog on the hands, like.
They have little dog?
I have no idea. They're people. They're people that think that they are above you.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I would come to your house and I would tell, like, I want this, I want that, and I'm taking your stuff because I want it.
I will show you the door.
Then the entitled Karen would start screaming and call the police because you're not giving her what she wants.
Then I will wait for police to come and arrest me for that.
So that's usually how the stories go. Today I will share some Karen stories. So let's introduce our friend here to the world of Karens. Maybe she will like it. You never know. Maybe she will like it. Maybe this channel will become the channel
Of
that
Karens.
laughs from Karens.
Or
and
no,
all
or
other
just
entitled
becoming
people.
Karen.
No, I'm not becoming Karen. Bye. Ba-ba-ba.
To the story.
Yeah, so basically now I'm showing the picture of Karen and it will be on your screen here. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Somewhere. So this is how the Karen looks.
Really?
The famous haircut and all the other accessories and the sunglasses! Don't forget the sunglasses! All the Karens wear the sunglasses.
Where did you see sunglasses wearing people in the winter time? Or there's somewhere?
Karens do.
Really?
Yeah, ask them.
Really? I did.
As you know, the situation in the world now, with the
Yeah.
pandemic and the COVID, and everybody is
What?
6 feet apart.
Why 6 feet? It's
2 meters. 2 meters, 6 feet, the same stuff. You're in
Really?
UK, 6 feet.
So, I don't like 6 feet, I like 2 meters.
Well, that's a Karen. It's the same.
I call your manager.
Well, you are my manager, so go and deal with yourself. Okay, so we are on a good start. I think by the end of the video she will get what the actual Karen is. So, annoying Karen tries to cough on me. So I was in my local supermarket getting some stuff for my mom, and she cannot go out because of her illness. I was going down one of the aisles to get some flavored bottled water as we had run out. Enter Karen. I was looking for our usual brand as I felt it was stronger than any other, and all of a sudden I hear a cough. Okay, I thought as I was still looking. Again, I hear another cough. I was starting to get anxious as I didn't like being outside of my house. Anyways, because of the pandemic, the usual, it's like nobody wants to go outside. I look to my right and see a woman with a small shopping trolley holding a bottle of juice. I can already tell she is a Karen as she didn't have her mask on properly, and that she had the iconic "I want to speak to your manager" haircut and vibe going around her. I discreetly watched what she was doing, as I wasn't sure if it was her coughing or not. And just as I thought, Karen pulls her mask below her mouth while still holding the bottle of juice and cough all over it. Imagine standing. She then wipes her mouth with her hand, which she was holding the bottle in. Ew, that sounds disgusting.
Yes.
She then proceeds to place the bottle she coughed on back on the shelf.
Yeah.
What up? B word. I finally found the bottle I was after and proceeded to place it into my basket. As I walked back past the bottle the Karen coughed on, an elderly woman reached for it. Another person who was watching the Karen politely notified the elderly woman that she shouldn't have that one as it was damaged. Thank God, actually. Thank God there is still humanity left in this world. The person grabbed the bottle and placed it right at the back of the shelf. The guy was wearing blue gloves, obviously. I then left the aisle I was down and went to pay for my shopping. Oh, and on top of it, I saw the Karen at the customer service desk. Guess what she was doing?
I want to speak to my manager.
Complaining to one of the staff members about how one of other members of staff wasn't wearing a mask, even though she had a sunflower lanyard around her neck that says that she has underlying health condition. And I have never seen the Karen since. And we have a little mention. The woman who the Karen was complaining about still works there and is one of the most nicest people you can meet. The end.
Yay!
Ew! Ew! That's it. No other explanations, just ew.
Wear gloves all the time when you go to the shop.
Yeah, and mask and that.
No, mask doesn't so important gloves.
Well, at least she wasn't licking the bottle and then putting it back, so I didn't know, but no. What do you think was her reason to actually cough? Why? Why coughing on the juice bottle and then putting it back?
And probably she just did that. It's obvious she did that on purpose.
Yeah,
But other thing about that, she just think, oh, I have coronavirus. Why not others get coronavirus too?
what do you do in this kind of situation? Imagine you are standing there and some crazy lady is coughing on the stuff and putting it
Yeah,
back.
I will probably say to the staff.
I would go and say, I want to speak to your manager. There's a crazy
No.
lady there.
No, I will try to be nice and polite.
Good, good. Story about carrots. What I eat is none of your business. I am 46, male, and a type 2 diabetic. I have a bad reaction to most of oral medication and have to take insulin slow release and fast acting. I have been a diabetic for over 20 years now, and when I was diagnosed, I was a very large person, around 122 kilos. I worked extremely hard and got my weight down to 92 kilos. Woohoo! Good job!
Yay!
That's a lot of actually.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Still way over the BMI, body mass index, if you believe that system, and have kept the weight the same for around 19 years. Good job actually. That's a lot of weight to lose. I'm jealous.
30 kilos.
Good.
Yeah.
So this was 2 years ago after a long morning work in the yard, pulling weeds and cutting tree branches. My wife and I took a load to the tip, and on the way back I noticed my sugar was dropping quickly and I was heading for a hypo. We pulled into the local supermarket and my wife went in and grabbed something to bring my sugar back up, which was a big slice of carrot cake due to there being a bakery at the entrance of the shopping mall. Good job. That's fast thinking, you know. She returned and gave it to me and said she will just pop back into the supermarket and grab some lunch for us. Well, I stayed in the car and ate the slice of carrot cake halfway through, me demolishing the slice of cake. Anyone who's ever has a hypo will know you start desperately shoveling whatever you have into your mouth to get sugar back up levels. Like anything, any food, anything. So that's when I looked up to see a woman, Karen, staring at me from across the car park. She was in sportswear, of course. I ignored her and continued eating the cake when I heard a tapping on the window. I looked up to see Karen. I rolled down the window, and before I could ask what she wanted, she said, "You know that's not good for you. And besides, somebody of your size doesn't need to eat cakes. You should have an apple or something." Before I had a chance to say I was diabetic and I needed something with a quick sugar rush to bring my sugar levels up, she proceeded to lecture me about a healthy lifestyle and what foods I should be eating, and maybe I should go for a run or a walk. At this point, my wife had returned and was confused about who this woman was, and when my wife then proceeded to ask who she was, Karen said, "I'm just informing this man he should be eating something more healthy and needs to lose weight and maybe go for a run or walk." I can do good Karen impersonation probably. This angered my wife off, who proceeded to yell at this woman, "For your information, my husband is having a hypo. He's diabetic and we just grabbed something quick so he could get his sugar back up before he passes out. That's what happens. When the sugar levels go down, the person passes out. And then you need to take the person to the hospital. Fast!" The woman looked at my wife and said, "Well, he should know better about eating cakes if he's a diabetic. It's probably all the cakes he ate that made him a diabetic in the first place." Okay. I think, Karen, you should go back to school. Go back to school, darling. My wife smiles, looked her in the eye and said, "Go F yourself." And got in the driver's side, started the car and drove off. As our trailer passed the woman, it grabbed hold of one of her shopping bags and ripped it out her hands, scattering all the content all over the car park. Good. That's revenge. That's karma. We laughed about it all the way home, and it reminded me why I married my wife. The worst thing about being a diabetic is having to justify everything I eat to people who don't understand about being diabetic. I don't know. The phrase that the cakes probably gave the man diabetes is just like, what?
I don't know a lot about diabetes, but it's not practically my business. Who eats what they eat? It's not goes in my stomach. It's quite surprising that people come and say that, oh, you should eat less, or you should eat more, or you should do that. It's actually called being bullied. It's really, really not nice to do that to other people. You don't know what they went through.
Don't be Karens.
That's
I will
what
put
it
here, like,
that's
don't
what
judge.
it means. Don't judge people while you don't know their story. So that's what I call people not a Karen but being bully. That's it.
Yeah, but I don't know how about you, but I had like complete strangers coming to me and saying, oh, you should work out. I was a kid, a 12-year-old kid in the winter with a big coat, and some stranger guy in his 40s comes to me and he says, oh, you should work out more. I'm a child! What do you want me to push weights? I'm a girl! And I'm wearing a big poofy winter coat. You know those like padded ones? Like you look like a sausage dog. Welcome to the Karen world.
So,
what do you think about all the Karens? Do you think
They are-
are
I think-
people like that, or
Yeah,
are those
they
just
are
stories?
people like that, and I believe in those stories because it seems like real. It's just saying, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, and
Yeah,
pointing.
I-
Or unless I call your manager. I believe.
If there is any Karens watching this video, I am sorry, but if you don't like something, there's the door.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Yeah, if you don't like something in any shop, in any restaurant, if you don't like, there's the door. You can go, there's a lot of other restaurants that you can sit down and maybe you will like more. Other supermarkets, other everything. I'm sorry, Karens, but I love reading all about your lovely adventures. But sometimes I just think that most of those stories are fake, yeah. Sometimes I read and I don't believe that people like that actually exist.
I do believe actually they do exist because there's something wrong in their head. That's
Well,
it.
maybe that's the only explanation. I understand that Karens shouldn't exist in this planet, but they exist, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I always say that we need all kinds of people in the world, but
Okay, I got idea. Let's go see later. If you have any comments, just write down if you
Yeah.
met any Karen and want us
tell
to
about
read.
the stories.
Tell us stories and
I love to read
if you like something, comment, like and subscribe. Okay, bye. See you later.
Bye. Bye, Karens.
Enough about Karens.
Right. Which story do you want to read next?
Yeah, enough.